In this lesson, we're going to be looking at adding decimals. Before we get started, let's look at a few vocab words that we are going to come across. Of course, addition and adding, which are, the same word pretty much. It is the act of grouping numbers together. So it's going to be actually the process of adding. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. So before we get started, let's look at a few rules of adding decimals. The main thing you cannot forget is to line up the numbers so that way all of the decimal points are in line. Step 2 would be to put in zeros to hold all of the places that are not filled so that the problem will have two numbers that add together vertically. And you guys are way past this point in phase, but make sure that you start on the right-hand side and work left when you add an addition problem. And last but not least, you are going to make sure that the decimal place is going to go straight to the bottom to the sum, so that way the answers are going to be lined up completely along with the sum having the decimal place in the same place value. Let's look at the first example, 1.1 plus 4.5. The main thing you've got to look at is, of course, your decimals here. You're going to bring the decimals straight down to the bottom. You're going to, of course, start here at the right. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 4 is 5. So the answer would be 5.6. The second example, you're actually going to have to place a 0 in at the top number right here, so that way you can see the actual place value being held. 0 plus 5 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. And you're going to bring the decimal straight to the bottom, so the answer will read 10.55. The next problem is going to show all kinds of different examples. Your zeros are going to be placeholders. You're going to start on the right-hand side and add going down. And then your decimal is lined up directly at the bottom. So regardless of how many numbers you're actually adding together, you've got to make sure that all of the decimals are lined up vertically. So let's try a few of these on our own and see what you get.